Hello everyone, it's Bob Hamel here back in the house in Wilmington. We just came back from vacation in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and we had a great time there. Took a little side trip to Portland to attend a film festival that I did not win the screenwriting competition, but I came close. I think I was one of 4. So that was cool. Anyways, that's a different story, different time. We'll talk about that some other time. So what I want to talk about today and do today is we were in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And New Mexico is known really for its green chilies, hot chilies. It's the green chili capital of the world. A lot of the foods are chili based, and so when we were there, we took a cooking class and we made 2 green chili recipes and a salsa that featured different types of hot chilies, and I'm going to try and recreate them today. So what we have here is some jalapenos, some green chilies or semi-green chilies. We have some not poblanos, but we have just regular chili peppers. We've got, as you can see, multicolored. We've got, and the reason, what happens with chilies with coloring is the more they get colored, the more they go to red, the hotter they get. It's just how they work. So we're gonna take those and throw them out on the grill in a minute because we need to char them, get them blackened, get the skin heated so we can seed and take out the membranes, and then we'll use them in the 3 dishes. We've got a green chili sauce. We've got I have to use my notes here. A roasted tomatillo and salsa, and then we're going to do a chili sauce with mint. That's kind of a lighter, with a little bit of yogurt in it, so it's got a little bit different texture, but it's really delicious. So let's get started. I've got my grill going, but first thing we need to do is to make the tortillas. We're going to hand make our tortillas. We use masa harina flour, which is a corn flour, not a corn meal, totally different. I've got 2 cups of the flour, and we're going to add some salt. Now, you know I don't like to use salt, but when you're dealing with cooking, you can be liberal with the use or non-use of salt. When you're baking or working with flours, it's not just a flavoring agent, it is a chemical agent, and you need it in there for the chemistry to work. So we're going to add in half a teaspoon of salt, and I've got 1 1/3 cups of water here. I'm going to try and add a little bit at a time, not a lot, because if you sometimes add too much, it gets too wet. So I've got about half. I may even need more than the 1 1/3 cups because it's more based upon the humidity of the environment that you're in versus the flour and water combination itself. In more humid regions, you might need less water, but in drier areas, you might need more. So anyways, this is beginning to come together. I'm going to add some more. I may even need more than this, like I said. But I think this might just actually work. Because you notice that it's getting pliable. I'm able to maneuver it. Yeah, that's good. That's going to come out really good. Amazing how these things work out, you know. I don't know. It's just the way. I don't bake. My wife bakes. But we're going to take this. This is looking good. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it in some saran wrap and roll it out. So I'm going to get that and be right back. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to put this in saran wrap. And we're going to basically form it into a log like this. Let's get the rest of this in there. All right. Let's get this, form it, okay? And now you just want to roll it. Unlike regular, unlike wheat flour, you don't want to ever really mess around with wheat flour too much because it makes the gluten tough. But with corn flour, it's the total opposite. The more you roll this, the better and more pliant the tortilla is going to be. And we've got our tortilla press here, so we're going to be using that in a bit. But for the moment, let's just let this roll a little bit more. I can feel it inside the saran wrap getting stretchier, if that's a word. So anyways, we're going to put this down to the side and let it rest. Okay, it needs to rest. And then what we'll do afterwards when we make the tortillas is we'll just break off a piece, roll it into a ball, put it in the press, put it to the side. And we're going to use this cast iron skillet here. We're going to get it ripping hot to cook the tortillas. You need a very, very high heat, and cast iron is the way to go. It's what it's made for. So let's let that sit there for a bit. We'll come back to it. We're going to go outside, put these on, and come right back. Okay, see you in a minute. The grill's been cooking for about 10 minutes or so. 600 plus degrees, which is where we want it. We want to get our peppers on. We're just basically going to char them. Going to get them as blackened as possible. Hopefully they will. It's going to take a few minutes for them, so we're going to let these sit out here. And also I've got some chicken that we're going to cook up to make the tacos for lunch for Isaiah and Derek. So I've got just a little bit of red spice on the chicken, which is my favorite spice. Just going to cover this, let it do its magic, and we'll come back to it in a few minutes. Or actually, no, we're going to stay here for a couple minutes because I don't want that chicken to burn. So I'm going to stand here and cook, but there's no reason to film that, so we'll be back. Okay, I'm going to start turning these. They're not really blackened yet, but they're going to get there pretty quickly. You can see they're beginning to just char up a little. I'm going to keep turning these and flipping them so we get more and more of the char on there. So let's let this sit for a bit. We'll come back to it, and let's go back inside and start prepping one of our first sauces. Okay? Sounds good. We've got our chili peppers outside on the grill. They're getting charred. So to be efficient, I'm going to come back in, and we're going to do the tomatillo salsa next, because that's going to have to cook in the oven for a bit. So I've got 1, 3, 6, 7, 9 tomatillos. Tomatillos they look like green tomatoes, and they kind of taste like green tomatoes. But what you have to do is you've got to take the skin off them because there's a husk. So just get rid of that. I've oiled these a little bit, so I won't get that oil on there. And I've got half of an onion that I left the knob end on, so we want these to kind of stay together. So they'll cook, but you can just kind of separate them a little bit by pushing on them. Okay, like that. And I've got 2 Serrano chilies. These are nice spicy chilies. What we're going to do is we're going to roast these in the oven, and then we're going to take it out and let it cool, and then just do a rough chop with it. Maybe put a little bit of it in the food processor just to get some texture right. But this will be more like a green salsa, and it's delicious. So just going in the oven. It's on the third of 4 racks from the top. So it's not the highest one under the broiler, but the next one. So let's time-wise, it's 11:30. Let's give this 10 minutes in there. I may go in and flip them over in a bit. But in the meantime, let's take a look at our stovetop here. We're going to try and jump around to the 3 different things. This is going to be the green chili sauce preparation. But what we need to do is we need to soften up the onions and add in the roasted garlic. Now this is half an onion that's been roughly chopped. It's going to go in the processor probably, so we don't really have to worry too much about the detail on the chopping. It's all pretty much a good cut. Just going to drop that in the saucepan. It's on medium heat. I'm going to let this. There's some oil in there in the bottom. I want to add a little black pepper just for seasoning. This is just going to become translucent. Alright, so that's going to be good. They're actually beginning to get a little bit translucent, see-through. So we'll give that another couple minutes. I'm going to go out and check the grill. I told you we'd be going all over the place here today. And I'm going to turn my peppers and come back to this. So we'll let this stay on heat. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Okay, the peppers are doing phenomenally out there. They're going to be blackened perfectly. But they need a few more bits. So let's take a look at this. This is our onions. They're beginning to get a little bit translucent, as you can see. That's what we want. We're going to add in our roasted garlic. The recipe calls for 3 cloves of raw garlic, but you know me, I don't like raw garlic. Bruises my sensibilities. So we're going to, that's why I like roasted garlic, because it's a lot more subtle. Still has that garlic flavor, but it's so good. Alright, so we're going to let this cook a little bit longer. Like that. Then we're going to add in our masa, which is the corn flour and that's going to act as a thickening agent. And we're going to add some chicken stock to it. And that'll help make the sauce. So let's see how this is doing. It's looking good. I think it's time to add in the flour. There's 2 tablespoons of flour. Basically going to get that to coat all the onions and the garlic. Let's throw some of this in. I'm not going to use it all right yet. Okay, that's thickening up already. It's good. Let's add the rest. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this heat down for a minute just because I don't want it to superheat and boil. So I'm going to bring it down to low, come back to it, just cover it to make sure it's okay, and be back in a minute. Alright, let's take a look at these. Turn the heat back up on my sauce. Look at these, how beautifully they came out. This is absolutely how I wanted them. You get the nice char on the skin. Every one of them is good, but the key to this now is to cover it and let it steam. Oops. Yes, Ruby has an opinion about everything. Probably some dog is walking by, has the audacity to walk by our house. Okay, we're going to take this and just cover it like that. Let it sit over here. That's going to, You can actually start see the steaming up already. It's a good thing. All right, I'm gonna clean up and be right back. Let's take a look at our green chili sauce. It's beginning to boil, which is good. I'm going to bring the temperature down a little bit. We want it to simmer. And it's going to start simmering. I'm going to keep it covered because I don't want it to evaporate. I want this, if I remember correctly from the class, this is about the right texture. So let's let that go. You know, these are doing well in the oven. Good there. Let's press some tortillas. What do you think? Okay. This is my tortilla press. You see, it's basically 2 pieces of metal. And you just take your dough, break off a piece, roll it into a ball, press it, and voila, you have a tortilla. And I'm going to try and make them so that they're a good size for tacos. When we did them in the cooking class, we made them about this big. They weren't that big. It was more for dipping. So let's take a piece like this. I'm going to roll it into a ball. Why? Just because. It's what the directions call for. Put it down. Cover it. Okay. Lay the top on it, and then just flatten it out. Look at that. That came out good. I'm going to take this. I'm going to do this several times. Take it. And lay it down. That's one. Do one more. Maybe I can get this one dead center so it doesn't fall off the edge. Okay. You need the plastic because otherwise it's going to stick to the press. So let's go. Just slam it down. Came out the side again. Oh, well, it looks like I'm going to have to practice this more. But these are going to be our tortillas. Let's let them sit there for now. What do you think? Looks pretty good? I think so. Okay, our tortilla press can now go back and take a break. It's done its duty. I may actually even press it out one more time. So I'm going to leave it around here because I think we'll try and press these, get them a little more uniform. All right, so let's take this, leave it there. See how these are doing. They're looking good. I want to let that go for another minute. Let's check on our tomatillos. So we're going to be all over the place today. Oh yeah, these are looking good. It's been 10 minutes. They're beginning to do their magic. This is what happens when you use a really hot oven. You're getting the nice color that we want, to the brown, that's perfect. Let's get it all around. Not just on the bottom. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's looking good. Okay, we're gonna put this back in, maybe give it another couple minutes on this side. The tomatillos are actually even beginning to split a little, so that's good. That shows they're cooking through. All right, where are we next? The next thing we're going to do is let this stuff cook. Be right back. Okay, our green chili sauce is simmering. I'm going to bring this down as low as I can go. That's looking really good. That's really thickening up nicely. In fact, I'm going to turn it off for a moment. I think it's going to get too reduced. So I'm going to get some, I want to add a little bit of chicken stock to that because I think it's gone too far. Add a little. There you go. What was happening is that I was developing a skin on the bottom of the pan, and I don't want that because that will have a tendency to burn. Once you've burned, you can't unburn. So we want to bring that back, but this is looking to be just about perfect. Get out there. Wait, that's good. Okay, with that said, I think our peppers are good to go. Let's take them. We're going to start cleaning them. You can see they steamed up. What that does is that helps the skin release. Let's take a look. So how do you clean a pepper? Well, it's very simple. Hold the stem, open them up, try and get the stem and the membrane out, get all the seeds. That's where the heat is. We made up yesterday, we've been getting a lot of hot peppers this year from our farm share, Farmer Dave, out of Drake. So what do you do with hot peppers? We make our own sriracha. So here's one of the peppers that we're going to use in this chili. And here's the other one. I'll do these two first so I can put them in that sauce. You can do it by hand or take your knife and just gently peel off the skin. Like that. If there's a couple black bits left on, it's all right. It won't get you. All right, so let's just take this and do a rough cut. Okay. Now we're going to put this in here. Okay. Give this a little bit of heat. Again, low. We want to get those peppers to start flavoring the stock, the base of the sauce, and this is going to be awesome. We are going to do it in the food processor in a minute. So I'm going to clean up, and then I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to check on the tomatillos now. I think they're done. Oh yeah, they're done. They're looking good. We're just going to pull these out, set them down, and let them sit and cool a bit. This looks done. This sauce is going to be phenomenal. So let's get our food processor. And then it's sauce time. Let's test it out. Every chef has to test. Yeah, that's good. I'm getting just a little bit of the heat, but the flavor is phenomenal. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna transfer this to another bowl, and then we'll be I'm going to clean the processor because I'm going to need it for the tomatillos. Don't want to cross flavor profiles here, but boy, this is a good start. See you in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, I've got my cast iron skillet going. I'm going to try and get that as hot as I possibly can. I want to flatten these out just a little bit more because one side was a little higher than the other. That just bruises my sensibilities. So yeah, you can see it kind of made it a little bit bigger, which is good. So we're gonna, oops, oh, so much for that. Take that, do one more. Why am I doing this? Well, I want it to cook evenly. Even though it's going to cook fast, you want the taco to be even. More of an aesthetic than anything else. There we go. Okay. So this is going to go away for now. So check out the temperature. How do you check temperature? That's how you check temperature. Hit it with a little water. If it sizzles, you're getting ripping hot. So this stuff we're gonna need to let this sit for a bit. We're gonna take this, I'm just gonna drop the bad boy in, and it should start to heat up pretty quickly. If it doesn't, it's gonna make a liar out of me. That's as high a heat as I can get. Okay, while this is cooking, then what are we gonna do? Let's mess around with the tomatillos and finish this preparation so we can have our second sauce. Gently peel it away. This may not peel. There we go. I've actually never seen that happen with a pepper. The fruit of it is so thin, basically you have to barely clean it off. Okay, there we go. Let's leave this for a second. Let's go over here. I want to look at my recipe. Serranos, the onion, the clove, okay, got everything. See how this is doing. Whoa. Ah. Okay, that's cooking. It's not browning. It will. When I said we need to get the pan ripping hot, I meant it. Okay, so let's take all this stuff. We'll give this a quick pulse. Yeah, that came out good. Okay, let's leave that for a second. Let's go over here. There we go. That's the sound I was waiting for. That's what I want to hear. All right, I need another bowl. I'm going to take this stuff out. I'm going to take these, clean them up, give them a rough chop, and then just see if we need to add the water or not. Probably don't. So take my cornered pieces of the onion out. You don't need that. Just give this a rough chop. Throw it in. we have any good juices there? Yes, we do. Let's get that in there. What's that? That's flavor. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Okay, do this. So this has more, this is, the first one was really a sauce. This is going to be, is more categorized as a salsa because it's chunky. I could put it in the food processor again and it would process out and get smoother, but I kind of like it like this. So we're gonna do a taste, see how it tastes. Oh yeah. Time for a taste test, gentlemen.
Go for it.
Yeah.
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 Elijah?
Okay.
Definitely sweeter than
Than the previous.
yeah. It's good. That's good.
Yeah. All right. So here's our last preparation, which is, it was poblanos, but I didn't have poblanos, so I just used the regular hot chilies that we have. So I'm going to throw these in here. Those were the jalapeno and the green chili, which is a yellow chili, but you know. Tomato, tomato. Okay. So I got my, oh good, I have the jalapeno in there. Perfect. The other one's good, so I got the right stuff. Okay, we're going to add mint and yogurt, and this is, the recipe calls for tamarind. Tamarind is an Asian fruit. It's basically a seed pod, and you take the seeds out. And since we're cooking basically Mexican, why do we? First of all, try and find tamarind in your local market basket. You're not going to find it unless you're going to get a big block of it, about a pound, and that's a lot of tamarind. I think you could probably keep that for like 3 decades and still not use it all. But you can make a substitute, and the substitute is brown sugar and lime juice. And I added a little bit of Korean gochujang sauce just for the flavoring aspect. So we're going to take these 3 things. I got mint, the tamarind-like paste, and fresh yogurt. I'm going to put that in, buzz it up, and this will be our last sauce of the day. That's looking pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so here we are. We have our tortillas. We have our 3 sauces: our green chili sauce, our serrano poblano. Now this is our supposedly poblano. It's jalapeno, chili pepper, mint yogurt sauce, green chili sauce, our salsa with tomatillo. And what we're going to do today is I had some chicken cooking. I'm going to cut that up and I'm going to serve Elijah and Derek some lunch. So that's it. Hope you all enjoyed the prep, and we'll see you some other time. And just remember, in my house, it's all about the flavors.